Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and the specially merciful. Dear viewers across the entire globe, I greet you with the greeting of peace, the greeting that promotes peace and love among humans, regardless. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us how to promote this message and how to promote peace among all the inhabitants of this planet by using this wonderful greeting, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace be with you. Dear viewers, welcome to the program. And the program is Treasures from the Holy Quran. And you're welcome to take as many treasures as you can carry and as you can understand. But we really want you to do your assignment, to do your job, to do your task, and get clear understanding of what you're going to learn today. And immediately, once you understand it, start doing the second level of sharing it with others. Because we want to share everything in this message, in this entire Quran, with every human being if we can. We are doing our best, yet the results not in our hands. We never know. But what we know that Allah will ask us, have you tried? Have you done your best? The answer should always be yes. Therefore, we are here to encourage each other, to share the knowledge with each other, then to move to the second level and share it with other people. And remember, the closer are the ones who really need this more than the others. Your family members, your friends, your neighbors, and the closer they are. Yet, if you have an opportunity to reach the boundaries of this entire world, that would be great. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to support for this. Today we are going to have something very short, an ayah. And it applies to every human being. One of the misconceptions that we have, it addresses these misconceptions that we have in our mind. Once you think that you are a believer, or you are a follower of what Allah asks you, you are a Muslim, or you are a Christian, or you are a Jew, and you are a believer. You think that you will not be tested. No, this is a wrong concept in the minds of people. We have learned from our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that people in this entire world, you can see this by yourself. And the best among them get more tests and tougher tests than others. So that's why you find the messengers and the prophets are getting tougher tests than average humans. Yet all humans get tests in their life. This is the way for promotion. To be promoted, you have to pass these obstacles, or to pass these challenges, or to pass these tests. This is the nature of life. And we find many ayat across the Quran, they talk about this issue in a way or another, with different approaches coming to our minds. From these ayat, they help us to focus that the nature of life is not for fun, as we unfortunately are misinformed by other people. Life is fun. Not all the time. It has some fun in it, yes. But not all of it. The nature of life is different. We have to understand the real things, then we move into the boundaries. The essence of this life, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in this verse and in many others, this is ayah number 2. Ayah number 2, chapter number 29, Surah al Ankaboot. It's very easy to remember. What does it say in Arabic? Very simple few words. I'm quite sure that you are familiar with many words in the context, in this context. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أفحسب الناس أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Do people think that when they say we are believers, they will not be tested? No. And the continuation of the verses that are beautiful that explains this, we have tested the people and the nations and generations before them. وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. We have tested the people who were before them, who lived before us. We have tested all these people who came, who lived on this planet before us. All of them, with no exception. Including the messengers and including the prophets. And including the good ones. In fact, the more, if you are good, the better you are, the more tests or the tougher tests you will get, as you know. وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ فَلَا يَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَلَا يَعْلَمَنَّ الْكَاذِبِينَ. So Allah would definitely know the people who are true believers from the false believers. This is how Allah, we know that. We know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows by His knowledge who are the true believers and who are the false believers. Yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it in front of us so we'd be able to judge ourselves. So we know that this is the way that Allah evaluates and judges people is by putting tests, series of tests. The way we look to life as if we are seeing some series chain of tests, one after another, after another, after another, after another, and so on and so forth. You can say that there will not be a single day or a single week or a single month or a single year without tests. You will all the time be ready for tests. This is how you open your heart. So you are ready for life. Are you ready for life? How can you be ready for life when you know, when you understand that the nature of this life necessitates with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon all humans that they are going to pass, to go through these tests. If you don't have this, you have been misinformed. And lots of humans have been misinformed and miseducated. And here we are to fix and correct the wrong beliefs that we inherited from different sources. And that's why we say that treasures, these are treasures. When you find a source that corrects you, all the people look for these kind of authentic sources in every field of life. Once you know that this source is more authentic than another source, you resort to it and you leave the other one. So now, alhamdulillah, we have it. We have the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that had been protected by Allah Himself, and they are available to us. And thanks to the use of technology nowadays, they are made easy to be accessed by all of us in many contexts, in many situations, in many libraries. Even you don't need to go to a library nowadays. Just by access means of technologies, you can reach the information that you need, the authentic information that you need. And when in doubt, use the golden rule that we have learned in previous episodes, which is consult with the experts. And those experts, for us, we know that they are, first of all, they are the messengers of Allah. That's why we use the words and the traditions and the sources of those messengers, particularly the final messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if we don't have access, we use other sources. Yet, alhamdulillah, we have all the authentic information kept for us and preserved for us. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He says that, إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the royal we. We have sent down the dhikr. And all the time we know that the dhikr is the Quran and the Sunnah. The Quran and the traditions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that they would give us clear idea of what we are looking for. Not only that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guaranteed that they will be protected forever. That means even if you don't access it now, for the people who will come, the generations will come behind us, after us, they will have access, or perhaps more access to authentic knowledge. Alhamdulillah, this is a source of happiness to our hearts and to our minds when we know that it is there. The information is there. Because we know that we are living in a world, a very troubled world, whereas the information is distorted. Wherever you go, it is distorted. Wherever you hear, it is distorted. And you can see one simple piece of news that you gain last week, you find the changes that happens during these days. Only one piece of information. But all these huge accumulations of information and knowledge that people talk about. Therefore, it is very important to learn how to be authentic and how to access authentic knowledge. So this is a lesson that a lot of people are not aware. Most of the information around us now is not authentic. You find huge amounts of information nowadays and many sources of information, yet they are not authentic. Even on the highest level in the world, we know that it is not authentic. Yet, alhamdulillah, at the same time, we still know that the authentic knowledge about this universe, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has Himself guaranteed that it is already there and it is available. But many people are not aware of that. And that's why we know that we are getting more responsible for the other people. We're getting double the responsibility that we used to have perhaps few years back because of the age of misinformation. People, few years back, they used to say this is the explosion of knowledge. Then immediately they realized how deformed this knowledge is. And that's why they say that not everything that's available is correct. And I'm quite sure, particularly about the issue of beliefs and the message we got, the messengers of Allah got from Him. Those messengers, those prophets who got this message from Almighty Allah, even this quality message has been misinformed to the rest of humanity, which opens up a window for all of us to work hard and to use the technology around us in order to reach the right sources of knowledge. Why is that? Hoping that we will be able to disseminate it and convey it to the people who have been deprived of this information. Alhamdulillah, if you have been guided, one of the ways to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this guidance is that to convey the message to others and to convey it as purely as you have learned it. Even if you can do a better job than this, you can do it. Do it. Don't wait, because you never know how long you are going to live and how many years or many days or even many minutes the people around us will live. Therefore, we take advantage of our life, and we know that. One of the questions that will be asked is that our life, how did we use it? Did we use it properly? And this is one of the best ways of using the time, the life, the years, the days that we have lived, is to share the kind of information that people are looking for now, and particularly when you consider yourself one of the few people, of the less people than the average number of all these human beings. Wherever you are, you will find people around you are looking for the information that you carry. Be as authentic as you can when you give a message about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or about His messengers. And finally, as all the time we do, that we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for showing us these guidelines and for the guidance that we had been blessed with throughout our lives. And we ask Him to give us continuous support so that we would be able to carry it to all the people, all the inhabitants of this earth. Ameen, ameen. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصل اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.